There's a lot of things to say about Caliber, a free-to-play third-person shooter, and none of them contains the word fair. But life doesn't always have to be fair if you know where to look. At the time of this video, I have 56 hours of Caliber playtime in my belt, and I have to say I have enjoyed my time. What makes this game so addicting, and how does it feel to play it without spending money? That's what we're here to find out. Hello, my name is Spence, and this is my Caliber 2023 review. Before we start, I need a little favor. My channel needs your help to continue helping others with these types of contents, so make sure you subscribe today. At first glance, Caliber looks like a Rainbow Six Siege clone, and yes, I don't think it's not hard to see where this game draws inspiration from. Its many operators, its 4v4 matches, and how it has an emphasis on tactics makes it a strong game. What Rainbow Six Siege doesn't have is of course a free-to-play price tag. Once you start the game, you are immediately asked to choose an operator that you want. An Assault class, which is an in-your-face offensive operator. The Support class, which acts like a tank that draws the attention of the enemy. The Medic class, which heals and is usually not good in firefights. And finally, the Sniper, which is, of course, long-range assassins. The game introduces you to the tutorial mission, which gives you an idea of how tactical the game is and how your chosen operator plays. And once you're done, you can start leveling up your account to unlock more game modes that can range from PvE, PvP, and a combination of both. Normally, a free-to-play game usually does PvP stuff well, more than the PvE. But I find myself equally enjoying both modes. Sometimes, when my carpal tunnel flares up, you just have to go PvE sometimes. Both modes are equally as strategic, and more challenging PvE modes reward player communication and strategy rather than just skill. The familiarity of your operator's strengths comes as a great advantage in all modes, but some operators are just better when you consider the PvP meta. For example, I started the game playing as Stern, a support class, which is, well, he's actually one of the weakest PvP characters in the game, a lesson I found out later on. However, Stern isn't exactly useless as he is useful in PvE modes. The game is hard to master to remain competitive, and you have to familiarize yourself on what each operator does. A difficult task since there are more than 60 operators in the game. There will be moments that you'll wonder how your entire squad got stomped by someone who just doesn't take damage the same way as other enemies do. Then you'll find out the hard way that he is actually buffed by a teammate to fire incendiary ammos while his reflect skill is just reflecting the damage back to you. I can't help but feel that I should treat Caliber like a gacha game and start targeting on getting the strong characters. Later on, I found out that I actually need some non-meta characters for their passive skills that you can equip in other operators. This further makes the game a complete grind even if your goal is only to get the strong characters. Not spending money and trying to make sure that I have good characters in each class eventually locked me out of rank mode, which was unlocked at level 20. At level 23, I still do not have 3 level 10 operators of the same class, but this is by choice as I wanted to try out each class rather than lock myself in 1 or 2 classes. In my estimation, if I chose to focus on 1 or 2 classes, maybe I could have played rank already. This is something that you need to consider when you start the game. The game initially gives you plenty of ways to earn the in-game currency, and sometimes they just give you an option to choose an operator from a select pool of operators to unlock. But this will eventually run out as you will use the in-game currency to level up your current operators. When it comes to the main weakness of the game, it is the slow progression and the effect of microtransactions. You have a premium currency used to buy everything from premium status to battle passes. At the time of the recording of this video, the game has a battle pass, which is actually 4 separate battle passes. Buying all of them will cost you the same price as a newly released AAA title, which is just plain greedy. Eventually, after hours of playing, I realized what Caliber really is. It is a decent alternative to Rainbow Six Siege. The graphics and sounds are there, the diversity of the characters, the progression system. It's a great game if you do not consider how greedy it actually is. It's just a shame, for this could have been a great game. If you like PvE content alone, give this one a try, and if you have a squad of 4, it's going to test your teamwork. Do proceed with caution if you are very competitive, as it will exercise your patience in getting the best characters while trying to counter them using an operator suggested by a tier list that you search from Google. With everything said, Caliber gets a 7.5 out of 10. And it's time for my commentary. So I still believe the game is worth your time. I did spend 56 hours in this game, and most of them are fun enough that I wouldn't think of the microtransactions as a handicap. But like all free-to-play games, Caliber requires a lot of patience to try to play for free by ignoring the disadvantages you get from not purchasing. Skill is still more important than having the best operators, but having just the skill has its limit. Overall, I have extremely slowed down playing this game, and I feel like it's only a matter of time that I quit entirely. There are other games that feel much more fair than this one, but there are not a lot of tactical free games like this one. For now, Caliber offers the best tactical FPS with modern graphics with zero entry fee.